7 years after the tragic death of lead singer Chester Bennington, Linkin Park is finally back with new music, brand new lineup, and I am fucking here for it. I cannot stress how much I love Linkin Park. It's one of my favorite bands growing up. They're definitely one of the bands who had a huge influence to me while growing up. Linkin Park is one of those old school bands that made a break during the early 2000s, and they blew up just the perfect time while I was growing up. I basically grew up to Linkin Park's music. I used to listen to them non-stop during my teenage days. So I just finished watching their From Zero live stream on their YouTube channel, and oh my god, was it a banger. I'm not sure if it's the nostalgia talking, but they still got it. Given there were some key members missing, but yeah, it's still the old Linkin Park that we all know and love. And it's really amazing that they made a comeback. To be honest, their comeback flew under my radar, probably because I'm not as active on my social media accounts anymore. I seldomly open my social media accounts, so imagine my surprise when I found out that Linkin Park was trending and that they had made a comeback. So I immediately watched the live stream once I got home from work, and again, they sounded pretty amazing. So the live stream was kind of a showcase of the new members of the band. There are some major changes, and those are to be expected. Okay, so first thing that we need to talk about is Emily fucking Armstrong. So Emily will be the new lead vocal for the band alongside with Mike. I believe they'll be sharing the vocal responsibilities for the new album, and let me just say, she fucking kills it. So a little background for Emily. She co-founded the band named Dead Sarah back on 2005, and she has been in the music industry since 2005. Now she's just one of the two new additions to the band alongside with drummer Colin Britton. Colin will be the new drummer for Linkin Park because sadly the original drummer Rob Burden has left the band. So a little background for Colin: he has written and produced for acts like and bands such as Papa Roach, Hands Like Houses, 5 Seconds of Summer, and One OK Rock. Those are some big names in the industry, so you know that he's really legit. Those two are the new additions to the band, and again, unfortunately Rob left the band, and it's really sad to see Rob not be a part of the comeback. But based on the article that I found online with an apparent interview with Mike Shinoda, he said that Rob told them at one point that he wanted to put some distance between himself and the band, and they understood it, and he started to show up less and less and didn't get in contact as much, basically removing himself from the scene of Linkin Park. It's not really sure as to why he did that. Maybe it's because of what happened with Chester. But yeah, Rob has his own life now, and I just wish that he is having his best life and enjoying every moment of it because he deserves it. Okay, another thing to note is Brad wasn't present during the live stream. Don't worry, he's not leaving the band as well. They had a stand-in for him because apparently, I'm not sure if I'm remembering it right, but he's unavailable or sick or something like that. But yeah, he will still be part of the band, so fret not, Brad fans. Okay, so let's talk about the new lineup. I am pleasantly surprised with Emily's performance, especially with their performance of their new single, The Emptiness Machine. Man, it was just chef's kiss, man. She really nailed it. Power in the voice is there, the angst, the anger. She's just the whole package. Now, having been introduced as the new lead singer for the band, Emily has some large shoes to fill, but she's not replacing Chester. Let's get that straight out. It is impossible for anyone to replace Chester. That's just not the case. I believe the choice with Emily has to do with a new chapter in Linkin Park's book. It's not trying to rewrite history, but trying to keep the legacy alive. And I need to give props to Emily and Colin for what they've done. Debuting for a well-known and beloved band will always be difficult. No matter how good you do, fans will always be divided on how they will feel towards your performance. And you will always be compared to previous members that held your position. And during the live stream, I did saw some criticism towards Emily, especially on her performance with some of the songs, and some of the comments are comparing her to Chester, which is really unfair. Chester is a generational talent. Not to take anything away from Emily, but Chester will be Chester and Emily will be Emily. And I honestly think that Emily did great with the showcase. Again, she nailed the performance with their new single, The Emptiness Machine. Now, to be fair, there were some instances during her performance where it kind of felt forced and her voice cracked multiple times during the earlier performances. But not that I'm saying Emily is a bad singer. It's just that performing Linkin Park songs live is a tall order for any artist. That's why we were spoiled with how crazy good Chester is. Sometimes we take it for granted and look past the difficulty of how he can perform live while jumping and dancing and stuff like that, and can still hit the high notes while doing screams and such. My god, Chester is just on another level, and that's just an attestation to how godly he is with his voice. But yeah, going back with Emily, I can only imagine how nerve-wracking it must be to debut with Linkin Park. So you can definitely feel that she was kind of nervous at first, but she was able to shake it off and got dialed in during the later performances. And her voice just really fits the new style that Linkin Park is going towards, and also it fits the old catalog as well. And again, some fans may compare it to how Chester sang the songs before, but I think Emily's voice fit in just fine with the old Linkin Park songs, the classics. There is some instances wherein you can hear a hint of Chester in her voice when she screams, and it just gives me chills and nostalgia. It makes me feel that Chester is still here with us and that he gave her his blessing. But yeah, some of you guys might disagree, but I really love how they sound right now. It's been a long time since Linkin Park sounded raw. It feels like they're a new band that hasn't debuted. They still have that hunger, that passion to share their music with everyone, and it is really something special. And Colin had a solid performance with the drums. Given there were times that you can definitely feel that it's not Rob that's playing drums. Rob has this distinct sound. It's kind of like a freaking human metronome at times, wherein he's just unbelievable. But yeah, that's just the old Linkin Park fan talking. I welcome the change with Emily and Colin. Definitely looking forward to their new music, and I am just really happy to see the old crew back together. Mike, Dave, Mr. Han. It feels nice to see them playing on stage with the new blood. So yeah, change will not always be accepted, and sometimes change can be good or bad, but in this case, it's the former. So I'm really looking forward to hearing their new album. They did announce that they're going on a world tour, but I believe it's only 6 venues at the moment. I'm not sure if they're gonna add more. I do hope they add Manila to the list, because I would definitely want to go see them live. Not gonna take any chances anymore. That's just about it. Go ahead and listen to Linkin Park's new single, and if you haven't watched their live stream, go ahead and watch it. I don't think you're gonna regret it.